There's a great story. I love this story. Pamela Paul did this in the Opinion Today newsletter. And she talks about the fact that the hardest rule that she ever had to set for her kids was refusing them to use cell phones until high school. That she brings up, and I didn't know this. I mean, you might know this because of your kids, that schools have really integrated the use of cell phones within the curriculum, whether it's to, register for a course using a QR code or just, constant use of cell phone or mobile devices in order to get information. And, what they've done is really created a problem. And there's been a couple examples of places around the world that have stopped this use of mobile devices in schools, and they've had some pretty good, results.
Yes, and this article is really interesting to me as well. I applaud Pamela for being able to you say no to the cell phones until her kids were in high school. I know that must have been very, very difficult, especially considering that so many kids enjoy having a phone now. And also as parents, it feels like an extra way to, make sure our kids are safe. My kids ride public transportation back home from school. They have to get on 2 buses. And so I do like having that. I like that they have a phone and I can keep track of where they are on the bus. But then there's the other side of it where we have to have a phone to do some things. And Phil, it was really interesting. Last week I was in Kroger and I wanted to get the 49-cent per pound that special they had on turkeys for Thanksgiving. But the only way that I could get that was not through my loyalty card, was I had to use my phone to scan a QR code to get that deal. And I thought about, well, what about people who don't use smartphones? What about older generations that this might be tricky to do? And I wondered, there should be another alternative than having to use the phone. But getting back to this, we as parents are using our phones a lot in front of our kids, and they see how dependent we are, and our behavior affects their choices and the healthy or unhealthy habits they choose to live by. But what I like about our initiative, Food Not Phones, is that we are not asking people to just give up those phones completely, because we know that's not realistic. We're sort of treating it like a diet that doesn't restrict everything. If you want to eat healthier, if you take everything away that you enjoy and, brings you pleasure and comfort, then it makes it really, really easy to fail on that diet. You set yourself up for that. But with our phones, we can use that same concept as we do with our food and trying to eat healthier. We can limit our use. And what we're talking about is just putting it down when you sit down to have a meal with your family, engaging more in face-to-face communication and pausing from it for that, 45 minutes that you sit down to dinner with your family.
And what we're seeing around school districts around the country, and in Ireland, matter of fact, where they're banning the use of cell phones. One district in Florida, Orange County, who has banned phones during the entire school day. What they found is less bullying, increased student engagement, even actual eye contact between students and teachers in the hallway. The result in Ireland, when they banned cell phones in schools in 2018, was a significant increase in student face-to-face social interactions. So whether it's around the dining room table with mealtime, as we're talking about with Food Not Phones, or in schools, what we need to do is pay attention to each other. More eye contact is a good thing, and just relating to another.
Be sure to visit supermarketguru.com for the latest marketing analysis, issues, and trends. And don't forget to join us back here next Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for more.